welcome back to College Band Live, College Band Radio Live. Wow, it's been a long week and it's only Wednesday. Brought to you by College Marching, sponsored by Flip Folder app. I hope everybody is having a fantastic week so far and just got a chance to listen to our interview last week with Michael from Demulin. I think I pronounced it right this time, right? Demolin. I don't know. I can't say it.
Come on, this is like the third time. Come on.
It's more than the third time I've mispronounced it. But just an update for everybody. Unfortunately, we will not be releasing an episode this Friday. Scheduling is crazy, but we will be back to our regular schedule next week. So make sure you tune in then. But I know you're really sad about that, but if you want more CBR content during the week and during our little episode gap, Hannah, where can they find us?
Y'all can find us on Instagram at College Band Radio. You can find us right here on YouTube at College Band Radio, and you can find us on Twitter at College Band RDO.
And if you forget any of those, just look above my head. Just look up there. It's up there.
Wait, Craig, where do I point to where it goes the right way?
Point, no.
This way or that way?
That way.
This way? Yeah, up there.
But, like, you're not really pointing. You're pointing to the middle of the screen.
I don't care. Woo!
Alrighty. So, what was that?
It just showed the Instagram thing on our thing, but it's still saying show starting soon.
Does it really?
Craig, did you forget to hit the button?
No, you're just on a delay. There's a little bit of a delay. No. I hit the button. Don't worry.
But I will say we have a very good episode for you guys coming out next week. Scheduling with some of our guests has been a little bit rough because people have very busy schedules, understandably so. But it's a very good episode that we have coming out. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a good time.
Anyway.
Anyway,
let's talk about some music that people have been listening to. What's everyone been listening to recently? I know I personally have some new stuff that I've been listening to, but I'll let y'all go first.
I know Hannah's got a song or two.
Oh boy, I've got 2 songs to start us off.
How many bangers do you have?
Oh, really? I have like 8, but I'll only talk about 2 of them.
Oh, you can talk about all 8. Just go through the other 6 quickly.
So as you guys know, I'm a big nerd. You can see I have Star Trek and a Wonder Woman poster on my wall right now. But I found out that all the music for WandaVision and the first 3 episodes of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that all got dropped on Spotify. So being who I am, I went and listened through all of them, trying to find the bangers. The first thing you need to know is Agatha All Along is on Spotify now. And I've decided I'm going to try and get that into my Spotify Wrapped at the end of the year.
I'm pretty sure when Agatha All Along first hit on Apple Music, it like immediately topped the charts. I'm pretty sure it did.
It was Agatha All Along. That's all you can say. So
it really
Agatha
was.
All Along, really great. And then the Star Spangled Man with a Plan, the version that they had a marching band do for the first episode of Falcon, or it might have been the second. Somebody can fact check me in the comments.
Episode 2.
Yeah, it was 2.
Episode 2. Yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah, that one. I haven't seen it.
It is literally the coolest arrangement in the world. It's very marching band heavy, obviously, like crazy drum line, crazy brass. Like, it's so much fun. So those are my 2 bangers I've been listening to today that I just found those this afternoon. So they got added to my big old film scores playlist, which of course I have. So
it's true. Anyway, what has everybody else been listening to recently?
My songs aren't like marching band specific songs, but you know that new Dua Lipa song Levitating with there's like the normal version of it, and then there's the one with the baby that is on she performed during the Grammys.
Yeah.
I don't know why I love that song so much, but there's always like 1 or 2 pop songs where it's like I don't think I like them. Like I really got into Harry Styles last year. Just because Harry Styles absolutely slaps. But this new Dua Lipa song, I mean, it's not really like a new song, but it's really good, so I like that. And then I listened to a bunch of Jack Harlow today.
Nice.
Love me some Jack Harlow. He is such a strange man. But honestly, I don't care. And it's Louisville. It is not Louisville. It is Louisville. Always remember that.
That's true.
Jason, what's been playing over in West Lafayette?
Well, I've mainly been listening to the songs that we're gonna be playing for our concert in a couple of weeks. Most of
Very
them you probably
exciting.
wouldn't know. Our director likes to pick like really like hot and new contemporary pieces, but we are playing a medley of Fiddler on the Roof.
Hey,
Ooh.
that's my.
That's one that you might know.
I know Fiddler.
never
I know
heard
Fiddler
someone
very
say-
well.
I've
I love
never
Fiddler.
heard someone say hot contemporary pieces.
Honestly,
it's a bunch of
no, but
it's a
they-
bunch of contemporary
yeah.
like styled stuff, and it's pretty neat. But it's definitely not familiar because it came out like 2 months
Hot
ago.
and fresh.
Yeah. I have a love-hate relationship with like contemporary concert band pieces. They're like some of them are like really good and like solid, and others are just like really out there. And it's just
I'm looking
not...
at you, John Mackey.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
and your,
yeah,
You and
yeah.
your freaking contemporary horn pieces are just like.
I don't. Sometimes I love John Mackey, and other times Mackey makes me want to throw myself down a
Mackey.
flight of stairs. Like
Exactly.
there's no in between ever. We were
Is
supposed
this-
to do Strange Humors last year for our band concert, but then Rona,
Yeah.
and then we don't have
It
concert
do-
band this year. So
It do be
Yeah,
like
Is
we were
this the
supposed to.
same
We were
John
supposed to do Wine
Mackey?
Dark Sea.
Is this the same Mackie that
Ooh.
is named after Mackie Arena?
No,
No.
different
Oh, okay.
Mackeys.
Boo.
quite
Not good
frankly,
enough.
whenever you talk about Mackey Arena, I always think of John Mackey.
Yeah.
So I'm just
Yeah.
Shout
You know,
out
I
John
heard
Mackey
he-
for
I
now
think
being the namesake.
For some reason, I feel like he doesn't play any instruments. I think I heard that somewhere. All he does is like, I mean, he does more, but I think like what he does is he like presses buttons on his little software and then he makes music out of it.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of like famous
wow.
famous composers that no, not famous, but like modern famous composers that like don't actually play an instrument, but they just kind of plunk around and know what works on like a MIDI keyboard. And so I guess they play the keyboard enough to plug it into like a MIDI thing, but like I'm not sure if it's true, but I heard somewhere that Hans Zimmer is one of those that like
Actually,
he
I
knows
would
his way
believe
around
it.
a keyboard, but like, sorry, I cut you off there.
No, sorry. I was just gonna agree with you with Hans Zimmer. I kind of have mixed feelings about Hans Zimmer scores sometimes, just because they are really like electric heavy. A lot of obviously like Batman versus Superman he did, and even Justice League 2. There's a lot of like electric accents that I don't always love, but then in like Wonder Woman 1984. He went a much more like classic route, and that I really liked. Obviously, like his work in the Dark Knight Rises, the Dark Knight trilogy was it was more like instrumental, but I would definitely see that with a lot of his music where it has more elements of electronica kind of accented in there.
There's
Did you
a
guys
funny.
see Batman vs Superman?
Yeah,
I did.
No.
That was
No.
not a good movie.
That's what
just
I
like-
heard. I had no.
It
desire to
wasn't
see
good.
the movie
It
wasn't
was-
good, but I enjoyed it.
I'm
Here's
a
my
Marvel
I
thing
boy.
enjoyed
with
how
a lot
bad
of
it
I'm
was,
a
not
Marvel
gonna
boy.
lie.
I'll
I
keep my
really-
MCU.
I really like my hard thing is that like I was into DC.
You don't
way
like the
before I was
Lego?
into Marvel.
Lego
So-
Cinematic Universe.
I do have a Lego movie posters actually in my living room.
Hey
I
yo, let's
love the
go Lego
movie.
Cinematic Universe,
Um,
baby.
Honestly,
That's
pretty
one of
good.
my.
They're
I
pretty
think
good
it's
movies.
super funny. Like I think it's way funnier probably than I really should. But I definitely like I haven't seen all of the DC movies. I was just kind of disappointed by how dark they were, but I do have the scores from a lot of them because I think the music's generally pretty good. But see, I think like 1984, a lot of people really didn't like it. But once again, for me, the music was really good. I thought the story was fun if you just like let yourself enjoy it. So I'm wondering if maybe Batman versus Superman is the same way. I never got
No.
around to seeing it.
It's a really tough watch. Not gonna
It's
lie.
okay. I think Alex is being a little harsh on it. It's
I-
fun.
I
I'm a
heard it
DC
wasn't very
fan.
good, and I didn't watch
I
it.
just
but
I just like seeing Batman, and I like seeing Superman, and I like seeing Wonder Woman, and I like seeing Doomsday, and I like seeing all of them together.
Those are all valid reasons to enjoy.
I
a
will say
movie,
the Dark
honestly.
Knight trilogy is like head and shoulders
And
as
I
like
think-
the best in
I think
DC.
that's something
Not even
DC
close.
kind of ran into, that they almost worked themselves into a corner because that was such a good franchise. It was too soon, in my opinion, of course, which counts for absolutely nothing. I think it was too soon
Highly
really to
rated
reboot
opinion.
Batman and bring him back into the DC universe right after we just saw this fantastic trilogy that like everybody like still thinks of that's the Batman, especially kind of our generation where we were born more after or right during as the Keaton Batman movies were coming out. So at least I personally am not as familiar with that. So I think it was a tough act to follow. And then it was made a little bit worse by the fact they were like, oh, people really like that dark tone, we're going to keep that. But it was more as a way to like kind of stand in opposition to Marvel. But because they really rushed production on a lot of things to get it out in time to try and compete with Marvel, where I really think they should have kind of held back and been like, all right, let's like really be sure of what we're about to do and really take the time to kind of evaluate things and really think plot lines out. Obviously, like Justice League, I haven't seen the new cut of Justice League.
At least it wasn't Suicide Squad.
The original cut of Justice League was not great from what I've been told. And I really think that was because they were rushing so much, like, oh, we got to get our team up movie. We got to be just like the Avengers. We got to like follow the Marvel model. Whereas they really should have like been like, hold on, let's wait a second. Let's take time to make sure that this is going to be really good, as opposed to like quantity over quality.
Makes sense.
So that was a long-winded kind of
as long as the music's
resident
good,
film major. Yeah, I think the music for me in a lot of movies, because I'm as a musician, all of us as musicians tend to look at like movies differently because of the music. At least I really do. So there are some movies where I'm like, that wasn't a great movie, but the music was really good, so I like it a little bit more.
I have a question about that. I have a really good question. What's everyone's favorite movie soundtrack, or something like that, movie score, because mine by far is Baby Driver. There is nothing that will be in my mind as good as Baby Driver.
But isn't Baby Driver like more like a mixtape instead of like an actual composed soundtrack?
Well, that's fine. I'm fine with that. It's a soundtrack. It doesn't matter.
I think if I was picking like a mixtape movie, I would definitely say like the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's very similar to considering it like Guardians of the Galaxy, but I just love. Oh my god, it's.
Yeah. I think if I had to pick like a formal like movies, like their music, like the composed score. This is such a hard. It really depends on what mood I'm in. I'm literally like looking at my other screen. I'm like, oh, which one am I going to pick? I have an 8.5 hour long film scores playlist.
That's actually a long time. Jesus Lord.
It's because if I have at least
don't
one
even
song
watch
from
the movies
from every Marvel movie. I have all of them in order. It's at least one song, and then and then it's like from Endgame. Like I have like 8 tracks from that just because it was really good.
Do you have every tracks on Volume 1 and Volume 2 of the mixtape for Guardians?
I do not. I have those on a different playlist.
Okay. So you consider
just like instrumentals. So I think really the Michael Giacchino Star Trek music I think is spectacular. I just love it. I love it. John Williams' Empire Strikes Back, literally and metaphorically out of this world. Endgame with what Alan Silvestri did with Endgame. I just have such a hard time picking favorites because this genuinely is like, that's my favorite genre of music. So it's like asking someone to pick like a favorite child or something. Like I love all of them with my whole heart. So
yeah, but everyone has a favorite.
I would say that it really depends on the mood.
I know Jason's got a favorite.
I would agree that like it really depends on the mood. That like if I'm working, if I'm trying to focus on my work, I'm gonna go for a soundtrack, something like The Imitation Game. Fantastic soundtrack, and it works so well for what it is, because you can almost hear like Alan Turing's gears turning in his head when you're listening to the soundtrack.
It's such a good movie.
Which, in my opinion, makes it really good to work with. Versus something like Star Wars. Obviously fantastic soundtracks. Lord of the Rings, great soundtracks, but they get you thinking about outer space and these
fantasy.
Yeah, these
and
fantasy
not
worlds.
Getting code
that's
and not focusing on what you're supposed to be working on. I think I really can't pick a favorite.
But do you consider like when I say soundtracks, is it also fine to include a soundtrack like a Baby Driver into this, or is that just a separate category?
I think it's 2 separate categories.
No, I would say that they are separate categories, but while the music may be written for just pop radio or it may be written exclusively for the movie. Doesn't matter which one. It's still, in my opinion, what makes a good film score is how it relates to the movie and how it impacts the viewer's experience of the movie.
Exactly.
See,
and
that's why I like Baby Driver so much.
I think that, and once again, Craig, that's a great point, because this is going to bring up another soundtrack that I hadn't talked about yet. Ludwig Göransson's work in Black Panther is spectacular.
Oh my God, yes.
Like, that is, I really, like, I loved how
Such
he
a good
incorporated
movie.
so many, like, traditional instruments to really help the movie feel authentic, because I think the movie, like, outstanding on its own, but the music really took it to a different level. And I would say the same thing with his work in The Mandalorian. It's just such a definitive, like, it sets the tone right off the bat. So that's like something that's really important to me too, when I'm like looking at all of these, like how well it represents what's actually going on. Because the thing with film scores, they're usually writing them literally as they're filming the movie. So it's not like the composer gets to sit down and be like, all right, I'm going to watch this movie and just like imagine what it's going to be like. Or imagine what I'd put in the background. They're literally working on it simultaneously. Like they get a copy of the script, they get to see some of like the dailies, but they don't.
I have
get
a
that true
funny
idea.
story to share after you say that. Talk about this.
Wait, I gotta say my favorites.
Yeah, I was gonna say I want to hear Jason's.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jason. Go ahead. That was my long-winded.
I have two.
thought.
So one of them is one of the ones that I think is like one of my that I think is like one of the best soundtracks ever made, and it's the entire musical soundstage to How to Train Your Dragon.
Yes, I forgot to mention that one. That one's
I think
so
that
good
one's
too.
literally, especially for horn players, it's one of like the best.
Oh yeah.
Best overall pieces written for an entire franchise, where you can literally see the franchise spanning over the music. And then other than that, my favorite nostalgic piece that's actually very good that nobody ever listens to, it's the soundtrack to the original Mighty Ducks series.
Yes.
Trilogy, the original trilogy.
Oh
between the
my
three
God,
movies.
yes.
Those songs were
I am
incredible.
100%. I'm 100% with you on that one.
But
I think another one, now that I'm thinking of oldies, obviously, like y'all have seen National Treasure, the most historically accurate, important
are
movie
you
National
of
calling
our time.
National
Treasure
Treasure
is
an oldie?
National Treasure was
Yeah,
made in
National
2004.
Yeah, that's like
It is not an oldie. It is in the 21st
It's old.
century.
almost 20 years old. It's 2 years
Craig,
away
you
from
can't just
being
break
3
into
years
the
away from
National
being-
Archives anymore.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
yeah.
not,
I mean, you could.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot harder now than it was, you know.
Yeah, because Nicolas
5
Cage
months
did it
ago.
back in the day.
National Treasure is
like-
incredible.
The music in National Treasure is so good, and we don't talk about that
It's
enough.
underrated.
The same with the Chronicles of Narnia, like Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. The music for that
that's
is
another good
so
Mhm.
good. I'm just like scrolling through my scores playlist. I'm like, every time I like stop scrolling, I'm like, there's another one I forgot to mention.
remember-
I'm not sure. I may have talked about this last week, or maybe a couple weeks ago. But I know, like, back when I was working on a project in high school with a bunch of my friends, we were working on this big group project. And every day after school, we'd meet at one of our houses, and we would go to songza.com, which was like a free internet radio station that I think got bought by Pandora eventually. And we would just go and click on the Epic Film Scores playlist, and it would just give us the best songs. And like, I don't even know what half of them were, because it was just like playing in the background. But like, Last of the Mohicans was in there.
Oh, that's
a
so
good
good.
What's the Mel Gibson movie?
Braveheart.
Yeah, Braveheart. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Braveheart's good.
That's
Braveheart's really
fantastic.
good.
Personally, you know, have personal disagreements with him, but you know.
Hannah, as a
No,
trump
you- no,
player,
you
I'm
disagree
with
surprised
me.
you didn't pick
Guy.
like one of the Rocky
No, with
movies.
him, not the movie.
Oh, I forgot to talk about the Rocky movies. Literally, the Gonna Fly Now. I would
Like
give
one of the
anything,
main trumpet, like I
Yup,
want to flex
I'd
on
give
new
such a-
pieces.
anything for the PMU to play.
Best
that.
city in the
That's
country.
it.
Yeah, pretty good. Just kidding. It's not the best
Philadelphia.
city in the country.
No,
it's
you're
garbage,
lying.
but
No,
I
no,
did
you're
sign
lying.
a lease for it, so.
Yeah, exactly.
So I will be living there next year. Hopefully, my boss isn't watching this.
Also, I want to
think
just
he
give a
doesn't know
brief
about
shout
the
out to the TV composers. We don't talk about TV composers
Oh,
very
the
much. but they
Seinfeld
did-
I know who
theme?
Hannah's gonna say.
It's so
Hannah,
good.
I know who.
Oh, yeah, I
exactly
think
who
I know
you're gonna
exactly
say.
your.
Besides the Mandalorian, which she already
Big Bang
mentioned, I feel like
Theory.
she's gonna say something with the CW TV shows and specifically the
I will-
Flash.
Oh, that's not.
Stop! That's literally what I had my cursor on right now. Is Blake Neely's
Barry Allen.
The fastest man alive.
Fastest Man Alive. Yep. Like that was such
Ariana,
a good.
that's
It
Manuel.
sets the tone so well. I'm mad that Jason knew. Just reading my mind through this Zoom.
Have you ever?
But is
Exactly.
it
I
designed
If you
really
listen to
like
the-
Ramin Djawadi. I think that's how you pronounce his last name.
What?
Yeah, it's probably close.
He
I
did
know
the music
exactly
for
what it is,
Westworld.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Game
I
of Thrones.
Oh,
didn't
and
he?
Game of Thrones.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
he did
he
do Game of
did.
Thrones. I don't know. I never watched Game of Thrones, but
Same.
I really like Blake Neely. I really
Sorry,
like
Jason.
oh my goodness, I lost my
disappointed you.
spot. I really like Danny Elfman's
Danny
music.
Elfman's
Shirley,
fantastic.
Shirley Walker. She did the music for Superman, the TV like the cartoon. It's
Mm.
Chef's Kiss.
Anna, have you ever listened to the reverse flash? I'm sure you have. They're like the reverse flash theme. It's really interesting how it's like the flash. It's gonna sound really stupid, but it's like the flash theme, but like in reverse.
In reverse.
Wow.
Literally, it sounds so
Jason,
like haunting.
Jason, that
It's
was as
really
stupid
weird.
as you
It's
thought
how
it was.
it's really weird how it works, but you have to listen to them like in separate. Listen to them separately, and you'll see it's kind of interesting.
But jumping back a little bit, to when
Craig had a story.
Hannah was talking about how like oftentimes composers don't like they can't actually see the movie before they write the score. So a few weeks back I was talking about being at the John Williams concert with my dad up in Tanglewood, Massachusetts, Tanglewood in Massachusetts. During that concert, he gave a little bit of insight as to why he made some of the choices that he did. So listeners of the Star Wars soundtrack may hear a certain theme and think, oh wow, this kind of sounds like almost like a romantic ballad. That theme consists of a horn part and a flute part, and it is the thing that's playing when Luke and Leia meet. Because he was told these are two characters that have a connection. And John Williams did not know what the relationship was between them. He assumed that it meant, there was some sexual tension. Maybe down the line they're going to end up together.
Oh no.
Oh,
Different kind of
John.
love.
And so,
Is this like
so
GD
next time,
jailbreaking the
next
emoji
time,
movie?
no. So next time you watch Star Wars, and you hear that theme, you hear the French horn and the flute kind of in a sultry, little duet going between them
It's the
with
first time
Luke and
Craig
Leia
say
on screen.
sultry.
You're gonna hear that, and you're gonna be like,
No,
oh my
God.
gosh, it makes so much sense because he thought that there was a
Gonna
different
end
kind
up
of
together.
connection because he didn't know. He didn't have access to the script. He definitely didn't have access to the later script when you're like, hey, by the way, you're siblings.
Craig, it was an education connection.
It was.
Can you even imagine?
He got a lot of
imagine being
laughs.
John Williams in
I know.
Empire Strikes Back, and you get your copy of the script, and you're just like flipping through. You're like, yeah, and you're like, wait a second.
that was what effectively what he said.
He's going through the script. He's like, oh.
Oh,
We've made a
can we
mistake.
go make
He made it.
Can we redo that one?
Houston, we have a problem.
We've made
But,
a calculated error.
But that's my little funny anecdote about how composers don't know what they're writing.
Hey, that's
No,
okay.
I will say one of
because
the
sometimes
interesting-
scores are really good. I mean, scores are always good.
I think something that's really interesting is I actually watched an interview with Michael Giacchino about the same thing, where he was like, yeah, we sometimes get to see clips and you just have to kind of imagine it. And a lot of times you'll see composers who work with the same directors a lot. They kind of get a specific vibe. So there's John Williams and George Lucas did tons of movies. They did tons of different movies together. Same with Williams and Spielberg. Because if you go back and look, John Williams did pretty much every iconic Spielberg movie you can think of. But the same thing kind of happened with Michael Giacchino and J.J. Abrams, which actually surprised me. I did not know that at first. But my pet peeve about I think about this sometimes in terms if I was the director of a movie or something, how I would do it. And I feel I would try and show the composers some of what was actually happening in the movie. Just because there's one specific part that stands out to me, once again going back to Star Trek, is something bad had just happened, and then the happy main theme comes in, literally the bad thing is still on screen, and then it just starts to try to transition you, and it bothers me every single time without fail. I'm like, why? Like, I needed the last like sad part, like the sad music, to like be held out like literally like 6 to 8 bars longer. But they did not do that. So show your composers the movie before they finalize things.
That's why
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
That's why I love
College Band Radio.
when the composers and the directors have that relationship where they have the trust between them to just work with them from the beginning and be like, this is what we're going for. And then you almost can get like feedback from the composer about like, well, if we have this music here in this scene, then we can build, and you almost write the music with the script when you get that relationship with them. And it just,
because the interesting thing with the whole process is a lot of times the studios have to pick up the scripts before the composers get to look at it. But I'd also be interested to find out if it was an editing decision, that like if there was a longer version. So I think about that sometimes, since that's my field. I'm not gonna lie, like if I like became a director in Hollywood or whatever and got to work with like one of my composers that I love on like a movie or something, I would probably like pass out. They'd be like, why are you freaking out? It's just like so and so. I'm like, you don't understand.
I have another
John
piece of
Williams.
music that's relevant coming up.
Hannah.
There's a big event coming up this summer, and the music for that is also written by John Williams, and it's very fun to play especially as brass players. You know, we love the rest of the band, but as brass players especially. Can anyone guess what it is?
The Olympics.
Yes.
Yeah!
Anything from the Olympics. It's coming up.
So much
Please
fun.
listen to this. Please listen to the music that accompanies it, especially like the opening fanfares and everything. It's great.
That's also on my film scores playlist. It's not a film score, but I did not want to make a separate playlist.
It counts enough.
That is so good, that score. But also, okay, while we're talking about like event scores that you only really hear like once every 4 years.
NBC Nightly News.
Okay, NBC Nightly News has it, but that you hear more than once every 4 years.
Oh, the March Madness theme is so good.
I was gonna say the MSNBC election coverage theme. Like,
it's good music.
That was so
Center
good.
with Scott Van Pelt at midnight. Just trombone shorty coming in.
But no, but there, I remember seeing a video of the Royal Marine Band playing the Olympics theme live, and it was when the Olympics were in London, was when that was recorded. But it's so impressive. It's just so impressive. Savannah says one shining moment. Yes, that is.
Oh, one shining moment's a banger. Except for like when you lose.
Yeah.
No, one
So,
shining moment.
67
My favorite thing about one shining moment every single year is whenever I watch it. If you and I in the tournament that year, they always have managed to do something wild that gets them a good spot in one shining moment, and I'm just like, I wish I had one shining moment in our pet band folders. I would love it. I don't know what occasions you would play that at a game, but we have the ESPN theme actually.
Wait, so I'm sorry, Hannah. Hannah, is Savannah like she's listening
She's
right
in the
now,
chat.
right?
She's in the chat.
Is
the song that like they have the picks have their really difficult choreo to? Is that "Runaway Baby"? Do we know that, or do we have to wait for her to respond?
I think
Do you guys know that off the top of your head?
I don't think it's
think
Runaway
I
Baby.
I
don't
watched
think
the
it's
UW
Runaway
play "Runaway Baby," and the pigs have some really fun looking choreo. Not
Runaway
gonna lie.
Baby is the best stands tune.
I'm
It
so
should have
mad
won.
that song didn't win.
I
was
it
like,
should have
Are you
won.
kidding me?
No, we all
I
know what
still have
Hannah's gonna say.
never-
Wait.
I still have never heard Runaway Baby.
Are
Yeah,
you kidding
and-
me?
Oh wow.
Nope. I've never heard
that's-
it.
and
Hannah
that's
was gonna go back to
why-
campaigning for Holiday.
I don't know. I don't know where I was going with it. I was.
I actually, my sad thing with Holiday, my last time getting to play Holiday this season was at the football game, and it was right after I'd whacked myself in the mouth, so I couldn't even really play it. I'm very sad.
Here, Hannah, this is for you.
Oh boy.
Take a look at that later.
Wait, is it like Holiday, but it's
No,
like
it's "Runaway Baby" by the Husky Marching Band.
I'll
just a
pause
slide
it.
whistle.
I'll have it saved for as soon as we're no longer live with the viewers. I've actually, what I've been doing actually the past couple of days, I've been watching a lot of random bands do different music. I've watched quite a bit of the HMB, because we got our whenever the PMB gets our new leadership results, we always open up like the document to like submit your show ideas, and we have to write down like feature tune ideas for this year. And I'm like, I don't know, head empty. So I've just been like Googling different bands pregame shows and trying to find a cool
I have a
feature
good
to
idea for one.
Do a New
If
Jersey
you ever
theme
need
show.
one. No.
Play Bon
No.
Jovi and Bruce Springsteen.
Actually, somebody put a Bon
Craig.
Jovi show on there on the list. I don't want to do it though. Somebody
Craig.
also put a Shrek show.
And I don't want to do an
Alright.
Iowa show, so screw you.
Great.
One of my friends tried to 2 straight years propose a VeggieTales theme song, but only the secular songs. To which that did not go well.
So it would be like
What?
the hamburger song.
It was like, oh, where's my hand brush? Or hairbrush, the
Oh my
dance the
goodness.
cucumber, and then like 2 other random songs. And I'm
The
like,
intro,
Sam, you know
I
that
think
like
you could
no,
you could do cheeseburger. You could do.
I don't know. I choose to not remember VeggieTales, so I don't
Barbara
know any-
Manatee. You could do Barbara Manatee.
Well,
You're the one for
Craig,
me.
Hannah, the
Craig,
fact
I
that
don't
you
know
know this song is
VeggieTales.
kind of
No,
scary.
It's
Imagine
not a
not
VeggieTales
being
thing.
VeggieTales.
Okay.
That's all any of us ever watched
So-
in Iowa. It's
So
just
there
VeggieTales.
is
watch
a
a lot of
show.
Power Rangers.
Craig, there is a show.
Me
that I think that
too,
you would like.
actually. Love
What
the
show?
Power Rangers.
What show, Alex?
Because I tried to do this at Maryland.
Icon.
It's only the greatest score ever in the history of anything, written by Gavin Greenaway. To give you a hint.
Illumination. It doesn't make a good.
Illumination.
It doesn't make a good band show. It doesn't make a good band
Oh
show.
my god!
It makes a terrible
But
one.
Cadets
My-
did it and won.
Yeah,
in-
because the cadets are at a much higher skill level than
doesn't
the
matter.
average marching
Illuminations
band.
would be awesome.
they
All
practice
you
for
need
like
to do
12
is
hours
just
a day all
steal the
summer.
ball. You steal the
That's
globe
like saying
from Epcot. You steal the globe. You bring it to UNI, and you have it shoot fireworks
You see,
out.
it wouldn't fit in the dome. The
well, we
dome
can't
is.
put it in the
doesn't
dome. It
matter.
would start
You
a
could do it.
fire. It would
It's-
start
no,
a fire.
It doesn't
You have to
matter.
build a new
You
dome.
sacrifice the dome for the show.
Imagine
what you
not
do.
being able to have pyrotechnics.
I
in your
low key though. I've always wanted to do like a
She's gonna say, I
childhood
low-key
throwback
want the
show,
building
like
bird.
do like Phineas and Ferb and Power Rangers and stuff. I
my
think that
God,
would be
Phineas
so
and-
funny.
Power Rangers would probably be a really fun show.
It would be
idea.
a banger of a.
Can we do bowling
like,
for soup show?
I would be down for a bowling for soup show.
Just like Phineas and Ferb, Big Bang Theory, and then 2 other 1985,
actually-
and then I don't know.
I would not like the Big Bang Theory. I did not like Big
No,
Bang
no,
Theory
Big
at
Bang
all.
Theory
We
wouldn't
played
be
the
it.
theme.
That wouldn't
The
No,
theme's
be
no,
actually
it's
very
a-
fun
no,
to play.
it's a
It's
joke.
really
No.
catchy.
Bowling for Soup has such good music, and you bring out the Big Bang
Stacey-
Theory theme. Stacy's mom is Fountain of Wayne.
I know. It was
Don't
a
say
joke,
that's
it was a
Bowling
joke.
for Soup. I don't trust. I think that was a mistake, not a joke.
No, it wasn't.
Okay,
I know
okay.
it's by Fountains of Wayne,
as
and I know
as
that,
a
and I know
Bowling
that
for
Fountains
Soup
of Wayne was
fan,
formed in New Jersey.
I would say that the best songs, we're gonna obviously have to keep the Phineas and Ferb, but that's not the opening number. We're gonna probably start out with like
Are you going 1985 to start?
no.
No.
Maybe
gonna
a high
end it with
school doesn't
1985?
end, or maybe Ohio.
Oh,
Jason, what
One
was
of
that
the
noise?
two.
the high school doesn't end one.
High school never ends. Great
Yeah.
song. I
That
love
one's
it.
that one brought back memories.
And then Ohio, also a fantastic song. Ohio parentheses come back to Texas. Great song. If you don't know it,
I don't
look
think
it
I've
up.
heard that one.
Oh, it's an absolute banger. It's an absolute
Of course.
banger. I mean everything by
just-
them is a banger. So
I just want to see someone do like a Tyler the Creator halftime show, because I've already seen people do like Earthquake. Like I've seen like HBCU bands do that as a stand tune, and it sounds incredible. And I feel like that you could morph that and take other songs of his that are from his newer stuff.
When you said Earthquake, it made me think of Earth, Wind, and Fire.
No.
We did an Earth, Wind, and Fire show. It was literally.
Not that.
I will
Not
be the
that.
first one to admit. I thought an Earth, Wind, and Fire show would be really lame. It is one of the best shows
How
I've
dare
how
ever
do you
been
think
in.
it would be lame?
Okay,
I did
Guys,
literally the only song I knew by them was
you
September.
Iowans can leave the
here's-
Yeah,
chat.
Iowans have no culture. I'm
No culture.
on the
That was just
record.
my
The
personal-
official stance
with
of
the
college
other
band radio.
options- the other options on the
Stone.
pregame, I thought on the sheet when we voted, I was like, I thought there were better options than Earth, Wind, and Fire, and I was very
Earth,
wrong.
Wind, and Fire
I fully admit
slaps.
that, because the best part is it was on that we had a game on the 21st night of September.
Yeah,
So that's
see,
why we
then
did it. Literally, I've never seen like the students and the fans. They really get into our shows usually, but that was one of the shows in the student section, like because we did September as the closer, so they were like waiting to see if we were gonna do it. And we opened up the September by doing this little dancey thing, and they were yelling so loud. It was lovely. Very fond memories of Earth, Wind, and Fire.
There's so many good songs by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
I think we
just
did
whole
In the
discography.
Stone.
In the Stone is so
Sing a
good.
song, Let's Groove, and then close with September. So It was
Let's
very
Groove,
good.
Let's Groove was
So,
a really
any
fun
PM
song to play.
Any
in the band.
PMB members that are like watching this stream, if you're
Boogie
watching,
Wonderland
I'm sorry. I
bangs.
was wrong. I was absolutely wrong. Earth, Wind, and Fire was a good show.
Never
A
doubt
couple
Earth,
of our
Wind, and
shows,
Fire.
honestly, whenever I get the shows list, sometimes I'll get a show where I'm like, I don't love that. Like when it gets sent to me to like make the announcements for it or whatever. And then we do it and it's actually like a really great show. And I'm like, I was wrong. It's a karaoke show too. It was fun because the audience got way into it.
See,
You
that's
don't
that's
actually
kind of like
play
the
any
opposite
instruments,
about
there's
what
just someone
happened.
with a microphone
with
that
the-
just walks around the field.
It's kind of like what happened with the
did-
Rutgers Broadway show, except the opposite, where we thought it was going to be really good, and then we saw the songs that were in it, and we're like, oh, we don't have a big budget. we were not able to get the rights to
That's
many
the
good
thing.
songs.
We've really wanted to do a Broadway show just because we want to call it PM Broadway.
Oh my
But
god!
I think that how much it would cost is probably going to be a killer on that, because every year we always put a bunch on there, and it's like we could pay a lot of money to have one really spectacular Broadway show and then like just 3 other just like shows with whatever we have in the library. And I think last year we all voted, we were like, yeah, no, like we just won't do it. But what we did with the karaoke show, since Alex was joking about like having a microphone or whatever, we actually
please
worked
tell me
with
someone did that.
we had the Varsity Men's Glee Club perform with us. So we
Ooh,
played
that's
the
cool.
music and then they sang at the front of the field. It was really fun because we then like we told the audience to sing too, so the audience would like sing with us. Because we did.
Wait, did you guys play Tequila? That's
no,
the
we
best
did not
song
play
of all
Tequila.
time.
We
Tequila.
We did Sweet Caroline was the closer.
Oh wow.
Total
Classic.
Eclipse of the Heart.
Mhm.
Don't
that's-
Stop Believing. And I'm missing one. There's another really good one, but I like can't think of what it was.
Living on a Prayer.
Actually, you're right. It was Living on a Prayer.
We played Living
Yo,
on a Prayer.
Jason.
My
Hannah, I'm
junior-
in
Jason
your
knows.
head.
Living on a
Every time you
Living
do
on a
one, you
Prayer
put it
was
in my
replaced
head.
with Runaway Baby as the
Living
New
on
Jersey
a
anthem.
prairie. I was trying to say I was flat.
Prairie, so not. Well, actually, we're quite hilly where I am
Did
at.
Savannah
Wow.
respond? I really want to know.
Hannah, yeah. Savannah said, yes, Runaway Baby goes hard. Back at 6:30. So for you, 7:30.
Wait, can
and
the
she just said
HMD
tequila.
Adam.
Tequila.
If I'm wearing an Ever Given sweatshirt, I am wearing an Ever Loyal sweatshirt.
Yeah,
So
I already,
that's
I
one of
already,
the things we
I already
say. you
caught
and
that
I.
in the chat.
Well, my
Imagine-
bad.
Ever given.
Hey, wait.
I
can
said
the
every
HM
low, but then I corrected myself to ever.
This is my favorite sweatshirt, actually. Like the silver is sparkly, not that you can see it in there, but it's one of like the 3 not ugly pieces of merchandise the University of Northern Iowa has. So
Hey.
it's my favorite sweatshirt. I haven't even
Imagine-
stained it yet.
Imagine the Husky marching band doing a Macklemore show. That would be
Macklemore
such
show
a-
would be kind of
Ugly apparel.
interesting.
No,
I feel like that music
no,
need to be
no. The joke
good or
would be that
pretty
the show
bad.
would be terrible.
I can't get it over the headphones.
Sorry to Macklemore, but like I don't want to hear Thrift Shop try to be done by a
No,
marching
it
band.
would. Macklemore wouldn't be.
Actually, the PMB did a really good Macklemore show. Or they
Oh,
did like
really?
Macklemore Closer, and it was a mashup of like Thrift Shop and Can't Hold Us Baby. Because they played it in Rome. They're in they played in the New Year's parade in Rome because it was really popular.
Oh,
Macklemore just angry.
It is possible to do it if you're a marching band.
interesting.
It is possible, but
Imagine-
hard.
Imagine winning best rap album.
Yeah, it was really hard. to
There's
win.
a lot of really bad hip hop arrangements for marching band songs.
That's
So,
I think ours
find a good one.
I think
they're really good.
ours was a custom arranged one. Maybe it
Well,
was
that's what
like
I'm saying.
it was the
Hey, like,
year
the
before
Earthquake
I
song
was.
is so good.
It was the year before I was in the PMB, so I can't vouch for what the copy was. I
Shame
just
on
know
you.
that.
Should have been born a year older.
Sorry.
Flashing
Again.
Lights sounds really good in a marching band. I don't know
Which
if you
one?
guys have ever heard. It's Flashing Lights by Kanye West. It's off of Graduation. It sounds really good in a marching band. Oh my goodness. Really good.
I don't think I've heard it before.
Oh, you.
I think
I'm
you
just like
have,
excited,
Jason.
like
I think,
I think I have.
I think you
Oh
have.
wait, no, I think I have.
I actually had no idea. I was just disagreeing with you.
I really enjoy the. I don't know. It's just like it's fun to like think about marching music because it's like getting to be that time again. I did the math on Friday, like we had or Saturday, we had our last football game, and I was like, well, be back in the dome in like 4 months for band camp. But we just got our like schedule from the university for fall classes, so I even like know when it's gonna be. It's like getting the show doc and the new leadership list. Like I'm so excited to just like be back and hopefully have kind of a normal-ish year.
Back in Dome, Sweet Dome.
Back in Dome, Sweet Dome. I'll even be vaccinated the next time I'm back in Dome, Sweet Dome.
You'll be vaccinated tomorrow afternoon.
How do you feel about getting vaccinated?
Tomorrow at 10:45, I believe. I'm very, very excited. Everybody, go get your vaccines. Like, do it. Don't be. Yeah, do it. You should just do it. I was actually my funny traumatic, a little traumatic. It's not as traumatic now. It was a little traumatic at the time. I was on Tuesday, as you all probably know, they issued that like pause on the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. I was supposed to get the Johnson & Johnson vaccine on Tuesday. So I was, like vibing. I was like, woo, like vaccine day. I was like, getting ready. And my mom texted me at like 8:30. This is like 2 hours before I was supposed to go in. And she like sent me this article. And she was like, have you seen this? Like, maybe you should wait until like trying to get a different appointment. I was like, I don't know if I can get out of my current appointment because we're doing it through the university. I was like, I don't know if they'll block me from getting another one. And then it's like, some people are like, oh, like it's not like a big risk at all. Like you'll be fine. I was like, what if I'm like, I know the odds are like 1 in a million, but like, what if I am that 1 in a million? It could happen to me. That's the kind of unfortunate thing that would probably happen to me. So I do not have good luck usually.
Hey, don't bet on yourself like that. Come on.
So did you end up getting the vaccine?
No, because then I called the student health center because I was like having this mini crisis or whatever. I was like, hey, like I saw this article like about how they're like pausing stuff because I checked Twitter as you do whenever you need to see how big of a deal something is, and it was a pretty large deal. So I like called the student health center. I was like, oh, I have an appointment at like
Twitter.
11. Do I come in? What do I do? And the lady was like, we're canceling the clinic. They just haven't sent an email out yet. But then you and I, in a bro move, they were like, everybody who signed up for Johnson & Johnson, we have a limited amount of Pfizer spots left. So
Pfizer gang, Pfizer gang.
Yeah, Pfizer gang, Pfizer fam. So tomorrow I get to
Pfizer
get that
gang,
one.
let's go, baby.
And then I'll be getting I think I get my second one on the last day of finals week. I don't even know if I have a final at that time. I just signed up for it. So, oh, Jason.
It's okay. I get my second dose in like a week, less than a week now.
Nice.
I'm blessed because I'm fully vaccinated.
Yeah.
I'm
feeling weird after. I don't know how it is for Moderna, but for Pfizer, I know. When I woke up the morning afterwards, I didn't feel great as the day went on. So I got about like 7:30ish.
You got very fatigued. Didn't you?
I got really fatigued and really like just foggy and groggy by like 9:30 in the morning, and the entire day was basically wasted. I was lying in bed. It must have been sometime between 9 and 10ish, and all like PM now. And all of a sudden, I feel fine, and I am hungry because I haven't eaten anything all day because I've just been like feeling so lousy. And now I'm like, I need to eat. So I make a big pot of mac and cheese and eat it all, and it was a great
And you
time.
felt terrible after that, too.
Oh, I felt horrible. I did not go to sleep for a while after that. But
I swear, my parents thought I was in a trance.
Mine is unfortunately I was supposed to work graduation, or you and I, like for my job, I was supposed to like do video at like all 3 or 4 graduation ceremonies at you and I, like literally the day after. And I texted my boss. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like I was supposed to get the Johnson & Johnson. I got moved. I don't know if I can work now. Cause I don't want to be a flake from work. Like that's like my pet peeve is when people, I try to always just like be punctual and like be there if I say I'm going to be there or whatever. But I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. One of my roommates is supposed to be graduating the next day, like in the ceremony or whatever. And she was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go. Because in our house, like 3 of our 4 roommates we're all joining Pfizer gang, whatever it is.
Pfizer gang.
Pfizer fam is better. Pfizer fam is better.
I feel like
so
Pfizer's
Pfizer
Team
fam.
Blue. I think my friend Tim is the one that told me this first, but like it goes back to like Team Blue, Team Red, and Team Yellow. If anyone here's played Pokemon Go.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like the Disney Channel games.
Even that too.
But then again, they had Team Green.
I'm pretty sure Pfizer's Team Blue and Moderna's Team Red. So.
And what's Johnson & Johnson?
Contrary to most Purdue students, I'm Team Red.
Yeah, I'm Team Blue. That was actually my team too when I played Pokemon Go back in the day. But I only had an iPod Touch when that was popular, so like I couldn't really. Or no, wait, no, it was only a couple years ago. I had a smartphone. I could do it. I just had limited data.
2017.
Yeah, because I remember actually my freshman year. That was my first
Back
year
in the days of using
band
iPod
at UNI.
touches.
We were like during band camp, during any breaks, we had people get their phones out. They'd go around the dome like trying to find them. So
my first day on
Hey, what the hell
campus
did you just
here
do?
as a freshman, I saw a
Trying to
group of
think.
about 20
Trying to think
people
of it.
sprinting around campus to play Pokemon Go.
Oh,
I was like, wow.
Pokemon. Hey, wait, are you gonna Pokemon Go
Nice.
to the polls?
I never actually played. I played
Oh
for
yeah,
like
it
1
had
week.
to be. It
Didn't
had
like
to be 2016 when it came out because Hillary Clinton said Pokemon Go to the
Yeah.
polls.
Pokemon Go to the polls.
Okay, here's my thing.
It had to
So
be.
okay, no, so I did have my iPod Touch when it first came out. I will say my favorite thing with those Pokemon Go to the polls and the just chilling in Cedar Rapids is
I'm
like
just
Cedar
chilling
Rapids
in
is only
Cedar
like an hour
Rapids.
from where I grew up. That's where a bunch of my family lives in Cedar Rapids. So I go to Cedar Rapids all the time. So I just remember like Cedar Rapids suddenly became relevant. And I was like, people who aren't in Iowa know about Cedar Rapids? Also
Just
fun,
chilling
another
in
fun
Cedar
fact about
Rapids.
Cedar Rapids though, is we have like a Quaker Oats plant, and different days of the week it smells like different cereals.
Ooh.
Because I mean, like some morning, like you never know what Crunchberry Day is going to be. Crunchberry Day is always the best day because sometimes it does not smell good, but Crunchberry Day is always a good day.
That sounds like
I didn't know that.
a fun little
Fun
treat.
facts.
Little ditty.
Blurbs.
Shout out to Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
I think on that
gonna
note,
wrap
I
this
think
thing
it's
up?
probably about time to wrap it up.
Ooh.
What else we got? Reminder,
Spicy.
make sure you tune in not this Friday, but next Friday. You know what? This Friday, go listen to your favorite episode that was already released. Like I said at the beginning of the live, we will not be
Everyone,
releasing
what's
an
your favorite
this week.
episode so far? What's your favorite episode of College Band Radio so far? Let's give some suggestions for the
I
people.
really enjoyed our D2 D3 bands one.
That was a
Especially
good one.
the interview that we had was really good, and I really enjoyed talking to those directors. So that was my favorite.
There have been a lot that I liked.
I really loved our episode, the Pet Band episode with Doc Nix and with Jerry Palm. I thought that one was a lot of fun. I loved I really enjoyed the uniforms episode. I think
was
they're
another fun one. That was a great interview.
Yeah, I really enjoyed, I loved that episode. It's hard for me to pick a favorite because I don't want to say they start to blur together a little bit for me, but when I even when you don't hear my voice on the podcast, I have to edit it, so I listen to all of it. So I'm trying to separate which one was which in my head.
The Cinderella one was a really good one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that one too.
Cinderella
Oh
was
man,
cool.
I love talking to Abel. Such a nice guy.
Yeah,
And this
honestly,
was a
there's
very,
so many
very,
good
very
ones.
early episode of College Band Radio. All the
Basically
way back
every
in
episode is the best
October.
episode.
But I would say that I really enjoyed the women in sports episode I got to do with
That was
Savannah and
another good
Annabelle.
one.
So lots of fun too.
Yeah, but on that note, pick an episode, listen to it on Friday. Maybe one if you're like, oh, I really like this one, or if you're like, I don't remember this one, go listen to it. Because we will not be releasing one on Friday. As I said, we'll be releasing one next Friday, back on the schedule.
Listen to all the new episodes.
Yeah.
Just every episode ever in the history
Plenty
of
of time to
College Radio.
binge all of this season.
Mhm.
We're like Netflix, binge us. I regret doing that.
It's okay. We do a lot of regrettable stuff here at College Band
Yeah, I know,
Radio.
it's fun.
Anyway, let's see. Jason, you haven't given the plug in a long time. Where can these lovely people find us? I'm gonna throw you.
Talking to the guy who probably uses social media the least.
Yes, as somebody
All
who
right, Jason,
does.
this is your chance. You
Come
have
on,
to, you have
Jason,
to,
remember.
You have to get into my head one more time in this
I wanna be
episode.
honest.
You've already done it twice. So.
I'm gonna be honest, if you just search College Band Radio, you will most likely find us.
He's right.
And I'm pretty sure the Twitter handle is College Band RDO.
he's right.
Yeah.
And I'm
Right up
I
there,
think-
right up there.
In general, if you want to find us, just search College Band Radio.
As it says right
Easiest
there.
way to do it.
What
He
what
knows.
platforms though, Jason? What are the other two platforms we're on?
Whenever anyone asks me, I say anywhere you normally find podcasts. So
Oh
I meant
no.
more
Anchor,
YouTube and
Spotify,
Twitter.
Apple
But those are-
Podcasts.
those are
Maybe
good.
maybe like
That's
social
true,
media
yeah.
platforms,
Those
maybe
are-
like the
those
one
are
that we're
correct.
currently on.
That was good, Jason. You got it. I tag teamed it with you.
Hey,
So
you
no
can
one
find it.
checked
I don't think
Alright,
Jason's
YouTube.
ever done the plug before, so it's okay.
There's a reason why.
Make sure you smash that subscribe button, ding that notification bell.
Hit those post noties.
Make sure to leave a like and let us know down in the comments what you think.
Smash that like button.
I'm
Hold
sorry,
smash
I mean,
that like button.
I'm trying to be as cringy as I can, and
Oh,
looking
do
at Hannah's
it.
face,
Do it. Cringier. Go
I'm-
cringy.
I can't. I'll start off the next live.
I
Y'all
do not
y'all
wish
take
to
me.
be
in.
perceived.
I will make the
Hi everyone.
cringiest
Hi everyone.
YouTube
College
intro.
Band Video. Craig here.
I will come up with the cringiest intro next week.
Wait, do like a Vsauce interview, or I mean, do like a Vsauce video. Vsauce, Craig here.
Hey, Vsauce, Craig here. Hey, College Band Radio,
Hey
Craig here.
was like the the intonation on the hey was probably perfect.
Hey, I watched a lot of Vsauce back in the day. But I've said this like 5 times. We're gonna end this now. All right, bye.
Should I say the
everyone.
thing?
Yeah, if you want to say the thing, say the thing.
All
I
right,
already
stay
said
safe.
bye.